Wladimir Sports 84, back with another video. It's been a while. It's good to be back. Today we're going to take a look at Anthony Joshua, the aftermath of his victory against Wladimir Klitschko. He's at the moment the top dog in the heavyweight division. So we are going to take a closer look at Anthony Joshua and his path from here onwards. I've made my feelings known during my review of the fight in my last video. It was an epic fight, everything you could want in a fight. Joshua went through some difficulties and he overcame it and stopped Klitschko in the 11th round. Joshua recovered from a knockdown. Klitschko also gave an excellent performance. It was altogether a memorable event and a fight that was pleasing to the eye. So Anthony Joshua is currently the top dog in the heavyweight division. He's the only unified heavyweight champion at the moment. And due to that factor, a lot of fighters are gunning for him, are coming for his head. Anthony Joshua has his work cut out. He needs to do a lot of work on himself if he is to maintain this momentum in the heavyweight division. He needs to do a lot of work. His previous fight against Eric Molina, I think he was better. He performed better than this one because he made a lot of adjustments in that fight. His foot movement was good. He looked like he was trying to be flexible a little bit, picking his punches from different angles. But he looked really stiff. I don't know if the occasion got to him. Maybe the occasion was just too big for him. He looked stiff. He wasn't as flexible as he was in the Molina fight. He looked very stiff in this fight. It might probably be the occasion, but I'm not too sure. But to be able to reign in the heavyweight division, it should be used to such occasions, because from here onwards, this is how it's going to be. You are the top dog now, so every fight is going to be a big event. Although he got a KO, and I predicted he was going to win by a KO, I was still not impressed with his performance. Not at all. I was actually more impressed with Klitschko than Joshua. I never imagined that Klitschko would put up such a performance in this fight. This guy has been off the scene for almost over a year, over 40 years of age, coming from a loss, and he puts out such a performance. With this performance, he can beat a lot of top heavyweights in this division at the moment. He can beat a lot of them, a lot. And even those who are the top guns, you give them a run for their money. I was really surprised with Klitschko's performance. Absolutely surprised. I couldn't believe my eyes. This guy was just jumping around like you wouldn't imagine he was as old as 40 years old or more. Jumping around, moving here and there. He was hardly staying still in that fight. Joshua was the one who was actually stiff and stationary more often than not. Klitschko was very active in this fight. Very, very active. And even with a stoppage, you could make a case of it being an early stoppage. The referee kind of stopped the fight too early, because Joshua wasn't actually connecting much with Klitschko's head. The punches was just roughing him up on his hands and stuff like that, while he stopped the fight. So, but I can still make a case it was an early stoppage, too early for comfort. But I was really impressed with Klitschko, more so than Joshua. Joshua, I was surprised. Does it mean that Joshua doesn't have the stamina to last the full 12 rounds for a fight or what? Because I was shocked. This guy was rocked. I don't know. I think he was knocked down by Klitschko in the 6th round, and it took him almost 4 rounds to recover. I mean, how? He was from the 6th round onwards. I think I make this assertion in my previous video. From the 6th round onwards, Joshua had nothing to offer. Nothing. He had nothing to offer. He was hardly doing anything. He was doing virtually nothing. Klitschko was the only one on the offensive. It's like he was exhausted and he just couldn't muster up any sort of effort to do anything. You can't do that as a top heavyweight. You can't do that. You cannot do that. He took almost 4 rounds off. He was losing rounds consecutively. If this fight had gone on for 12 rounds, he was likely going to lose this fight. Losing the fight was likely. Wow. He needs to really do a lot on himself. Seriously, you cannot reign the heavyweight division with such a performance. You just cannot. I'm sorry, you cannot do that. As much as people want you to perform, you need to do a lot of work on yourself. You was rocked in the 6th round, and it took you 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds to recover. He could have easily been knocked out during that period, easily, by any top heavyweight. He could have been knocked out, because I could tell from his body language during those rounds. I could tell that Joshua was there to be knocked out. Anybody who has an unclouded judgment could tell that Joshua was there to be knocked out. Klitschko, I don't know, for some reason he couldn't put the finishing touches to it. I don't know why. And this might lead to people even claiming that the fight was fixed, because I could see a lot of people making those assertions. I'm not one of them. But Klitschko had Joshua for the taking, and he didn't take it. He was there to be knocked out because he was doing virtually nothing for 4 rounds, solid rounds. Joshua needs to do a lot of work on himself. Seriously, a lot of work needs to be done on Anthony Joshua. He needs to get back to the gym, do whatever it takes. If he's going to lose weight, probably his body mass is just too much. For a boxer to be carrying this sort of muscles is too much. Is eventually going to weigh down on you, and you get exhausted. Because you could tell that this guy, during the 6th to 10th round, he was just out of it. He was out on his feet. The least amount of pressure would have just taken him out of there. He needs to just, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. Because right now, everybody's going to come in for it. It's going to come for his head, because he's a top dog now. All the top heavyweights are going to gun for him. And with this sort of performance, it's not really looking good out here, man. It's not looking good. So hopefully he looks at his fight footage and makes the necessary adjustments. Makes the necessary adjustments for his own good. Because if he carries on like this, it's not going to look good for Anthony Joshua. So that's word for him. That is all for now. If you like the commentary, subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. There's more from where this came from. Thank you for your time. Bye for now.